stay-at-home wife to her world-famous superstar, he had serious work to do. On himself, not on her. She was not the one with the self-esteem issues. Frankly, she might as well be doing weights, if the alternative was standing around in the dried-out brown winter grass waiting for idiots. Waste of time. Hers was at a premium. And the abs were a perfect washboard, but in her personal opinion, the quads could still use some hardening. When the rest of the party got here, he would take care of it for her. Drunk or sober, he would put it out of its misery. What were men good for if not to crush the last spark of life out of a small, helpless creature? Okay, the rabbi had been hinting at this. It was better not to kill animals, for sport, anyway. Before, when she was learning to shoot, she never hit anything. Only the clay pigeons. It was fun and games then. The bespoke clothes were good, the whole complete attitude. Good thinking. These knee breeches, for instance, were the shit. She bent over and stared at them. Flattering. She was chuffed. Self. So good. And guns, let's face it, there was no better prop in the world. A woman with a gun was kind of a man in girl's clothes. A transvestite with an external dildo. But guns had more finesse. A gun was basically a huge iron dildo designed by someone French and classy. So, shooting, she had liked it till now. Guy looked good with his 12 bore. He was a nature boy. It was sexy on him, especially with the faux cockney stylings. Mockney, use in moderation. Basically, if a man had a gun, it was like a double cock, a cock and a replica cock, which was also postmodern. One had the power of life, the other had the power of death. Yin-yang, Sephirot, etc. Back to the bird. She felt a wince in her throat. It was still struggling weakly and blubbing blood, trying to flap its way up a small rise in the ground. Not much time had passed. All this thinking made the minutes go by slowly. Had she kicked it away? She must have just stepped back. It wasn't on the tip of her boot anymore. It was a few inches off, dry leaves sticking to its bloody side, as it wobbled forward and then did a faceplant. Must have a leg broken, as well as a wing. Guess she had good aim these days, since she'd really hit it. Madonna, marksman. That worked. Evoked paintings from the Renaissance. Renaissance, use frequently. Gentle Mother of God, done in a Duccio style, or a soft Da Vinci. But then, instead of holding the Christ child, sweetly cradling an AK-47. Consider for next album. Madge, marksman. That worked too. When the British press gave you a nickname, that meant you were one of their own. Love you or hate you, that was irrelevant. What mattered was being one of them. In the gray, steely ranks. The long-gone colonies. Once they ruled the world. Now all they had was a better accent. They wore it well, though. An entire country that was basically quaint. Plus, less of them were obese. In her closets, there were hundreds of those tailor-made tweeds. But she could still wear the outfits even if she stopped the killing. Right? You could pull off tweed without actually shooting. Couldn't you? Esther, marksman. Nah, didn't work. She was cold, standing there shivering. If millions of screaming fans knew she was cold at this very instant, they would rush to her aid. They would bring her their coats, take the coats off their backs. Yeah, whatever. One thing was for sure. Their coats would suck. Off the rack equals naff. Use frequently.